Slang originating from English that is used so frequently throughout the world is often taken for granted. Like, could you imagine speaking any language without using words like riz, skibbity, fantax, sus?
No, what is life without those words? Literally, 95% of my day, 95% of like the conversations that I have, they consist of these words. I don't know what I would do without these words, man. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. If you don't know me yet, my name is Cypress, and if you didn't know yet, I stream live on Twitch. So if you'd like to see me play games or hang out with me in my community, please go to twitch.tv/VTuberCypress. Today, we'll be watching a video by the Language Simp. This is Language Review English. If you like the video, please go to Language Simp's channel and subscribe.
Howdy, partner. Today I'm going to be reviewing the English language, aka colonizer language, American, McDonald's language, Liberian, or Bidenese.
Bidenese? Oh yes, I love speaking Bidenese. Bidenese is my favorite language.
Long intro, you all know what this series is about at this point. I'm going to discuss what is good and what is bad about the English
NPCs, cringe rules, difficulty setting, bonus lore.
Language from a language learning perspective, and then I'll give it an official Language Simp certified
Giga Chat Alpha Mid Beta Dog Water, okay.
rating on the Simp scale. So without further ado, let's begin.
Let's begin.
English? Isn't that just the default spawn language that everyone starts with?
Oh my god, no.
No, we speak English because we spawned in America. I know it's hard as an American, but you gotta remember that other countries exist.
What's a country?
You know, sometimes I ask myself that too. What is a country? Very philosophical.
But English is the most spoken language in the universe, as over 1.4 billion NPCs speak it just on Earth alone. Which means that learning it will unlock an unfathomable amount of DLC. And that's because
true.
for a few hundred years,
You get to communicate with almost everyone.
the British Empire did a steamy #2 on
No, that's disgusting.
most countries. They colonized the crap out of everyone, which caused the English language to spread like a virus way
Disgusting.
outside of England's embarrassingly small modern day border.
Why are the f***ing emojis here? Sorry, what did he say?
Way outside of England's embarrassingly small modern day borders. And
Oh, embarrassingly small modern day borders.
nowadays,
Yeah.
the virus continues to spread because
It
out of
does.
the rubble of colonization came the most gigachad country in the entire
Giga Chad. Oh, you sound a little biased there. You said you were spawned there?
the United States of global interventionism. I mean, America.
Sounds right.
And everyone loves America and the American government. So English is now widely studied all around the world, even in North Korea. In 2024, English is the global language. So if you don't speak English at a conversational level, society considers you a beta male. You won't
We do? I wasn't aware that I thought that about people. I guess now I do. If you don't speak English, you're a beta male. Also, if you don't speak English, I don't know why you're watching this video. What are you watching? You even understand me?
find a job, you won't get a girl or a guy, you'll never leave your country because you can't travel, and you can never enjoy My Little Pony in its original language if you don't speak English.
Why so specifically My Little Pony? I am confusion. I want to ask questions, but I don't think I want to have answers.
As a passionate language learner myself, I actually hate that English has become the global
Why?
language.
Although, kinda, yeah. Imagine if the global language was something like Italian. I would love to speak Italian.
Back in the day, if you wanted to go to Spain, you had to learn Mexican. And if you wanted to go to Arizona, you had to learn Navajo. But now, if you
Navajo?
just know English, you can go everywhere.
Give 1 star. It's kind of a good thing, right? That you can now go technically anywhere that you would want to go if you have the means to do so. But I guess back in the day, people actually got to learn a lot of new languages. And if you learn a new language, you also learn the culture, etc. So I guess that part is missing now in this day and age.
People are forced to learn the language in school, which strips the fun out of it for them.
Now, to be fair, I learned English before school started to teach me English. I was watching TV, right? And it's usually like American shows. So I would have to read the subtitles, also anime. I would be watching anime in Japanese with English subtitles, so I had to learn, and playing games as well. Not a lot of games gets translated to Dutch. Yeah. Luckily for me, it was something that I wanted to learn back in the day before school started to force me to learn it.
Unlike with other languages, no one learns English for fun or because they like how it sounds or because
I guess I am no one now.
a certain English-speaking country fascinates them. It's always school this, work that, blah blah. Drop out of school and quit your job. Due to the spread
Whoa, whoa. Don't listen to him, kids.
Of this linguistic virus, some of the countries with the most speakers of English as a second language include Bollywoodland, Lollywoodland,
What was the second name that he said?
and Nollywoodland. And there are a lot of people, including me, who are living life on easy mode recruit difficulty as native English.
Yeah, I have to say, a lot of people from other countries, right? When they can speak English is not the only language that they can speak. They can speak their own language, they can speak English, and there might even be like a third language that they can speak. If you're an American, you're kind of missing out on that, right? You're kind of missing out on that because everyone is able to speak English, so maybe you feel like I don't know why I should be learning another language.
Speakers, since we happen to spawn in one of the 19 majority native English-speaking countries, the most notable of which is Belize. Just kidding, I only just found out that place existed 10 minutes ago, but they speak English. But I don't know.
I know about Belize, but I forgot about Belize, so thank you for reminding me about Belize.
Oh, who really cares? It's time to get down and dirty and talk about the big dogs and their iconic accents. Americans speak standard
Oh, I always have this question. When you're not a native English speaker, right? You have the choice to choose in which accent you're gonna speak English, right? Why do most people choose either British English or American English accent? But why is it never like Australian English, right? Why do we not choose that? I don't know. Why did I not choose that?
Americans speak standard normal English, and they
American speaks normal English. Sure, you can see that this video is made by an American.
sound sophisticated and intelligent. In fact, the accent is so
Sophisticated and
sophisticated that it takes up too much space in Americans' brains, and that's why they can't learn other languages. American English is iconic. It's the accent of pop music, Hollywood, and Fox News. But there are a lot of different types of accents in different regions of America. People from the South sound friendly, hospitable, and Republican. People from California also
I'm sorry, he just does the accent so funny.
like surfer dudes, like they're totally tubular, bro. People from Minnesota sound a little too Canadian for my taste. And people from Louisiana sound completely untouchable, but think crowded, getting them crowded. So yeah, there's a lot of diversity in the US. Now, moving on to England. I recently went there, and I can tell you that it's a country full of depressing weather and
That's not true. I went to England. I had a lot of fun there.
depressing food, which depressed me. Y'all probably know that a few months ago, I took a break from YouTube, and that's because I wasn't taking care of my mental health. I'm sure y'all can agree that it's really hard to learn languages when you have a bad mentality, but ever since I started doing therapy, my life has been dramatically better. I'm much more equipped to handle anxiety and stress, and I feel an inner peace that will allow me to learn every single language on the planet. And that's why I'm passionate and proud to say that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier and much less intimidating for a lot of people, as it lets you have therapy sessions as a phone call, a video chat, or even messaging. Whatever's the most comfortable version of therapy for you. You can join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life by clicking the link in the description or visiting betterhelp.com/languagesimp. Once you sign up, you fill out a questionnaire that will ask you questions about what challenges you're going through and what kind of therapist you'd like, and then BetterHelp can match you with a therapist to help you. And if you don't like your therapist, you can switch to another with a click of a button at no cost. I highly recommend giving it a try. I can't even imagine my life without therapy, and BetterHelp makes it so much easier and less intimidating. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/languagesimp to support my channel and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Okay, now let's talk about England. I don't hate British accents, but I just wish everyone would stop acting like every Brit speaks in an incredibly elegant and luxurious way. There are two main accents in British
That's true.
English, that of the pretentious, posh, rich, and snobby folk who think it's cool to LARP as wizard royalty, and that of the roadmen. A lot of people think that the posh RP, or received pronunciation spoken by the BBC, is the most comprehensible accent in English, but it's actually the Scouse accent in Liverpool. And then people from Birmingham are renowned for sounding amazing, beautiful, and poetic.
I don't know which accent it is in the UK, but there's like, I want to say one, but maybe it's multiple, and I think it's one accent. But there's like this accent that I have a really hard time understanding what they're saying. I try like really hard, but I feel so bad for not understanding it.
Moving on to Discount America, or Canada as they like to call it. Canadians just sound American, except with a little twang, and
I've actually never really noticed that there is a difference between Canadian English and American English. At least with the English-speaking speaking YouTubers as well. I don't even know which of them are from Canada and which aren't unless they say so. That's like the only reason that I know is because they said so.
Add a to the end of all their sentences, which makes them sound really insecure. They're so insecure that if you hit a Canadian with your car, he'll say, "I'm sorry, buddy, my buddy hit your nice automobile, eh?
Do they sound like that?
Yeah, toonie so you could pop on by the Timmies
I mean, at least not the Canadians that I've seen.
and get yourself a double bud." Australians
Double,
sound
double
a lot
bud.
like if British people reproduced with cowboys from
I love Australian accents.
Texas, and I really like that. It sounds badass, wild, flavorful, and cute. Australians love to say the word oi. Oi, oi, oi.
oi.
It kind of reminds me of a seagull. In general, the more offensive an Australian sounds to you, the nicer they're actually being in reality. If an Australian sounds polite and reserved, they probably hate you.
Any Australians in here? Is that true, Australia?
A bunch of empty water to the southeast of Australia where a few people might speak English, but probably not. Now it's time to talk about the writing system. The English language is written in the standard American alphabet, which is
The standard American alphabet. Okay, sure, buddy.
made up of 26 beautiful and iconic letters that look normal and make life worth living. Most other languages either use or steal from this alphabet in some way, and it's obvious why. There are no scary characters. Like, look at the Russian D, and then look at the American
Oh, but
D.
that was a D? Oh, that's really interesting.
Look
Every
at the
time when I
Ameri-
see the Russian D, I think it's an A. I mean, obviously. I feel like I'm probably not the only one who thinks that.
And then look at the American
It's so
D.
interesting.
Which letter would you rather your daughter dated?
What the f is that supposed to mean? To be fair, if I had a daughter, I'd rather have that my daughter dated the Russian D because that one looks more creative. If you're gonna ask my honest opinion, I love creative people and that D looks very creative. That D on the right, it's just too normal.
There are no complicated works of art. Like, look at this Chinese character. You have to pick your pen up off the paper 58 times in order to draw it.
58! What character is it even?
On the other hand, every single
And I think those characters are so pretty, but thank God I didn't have to learn that.
English letter can be written in a maximum of 3 elegant strokes. The only potential problem is that so many of these letters have multiple pronunciations,
So,
and there are groups of letters that
chop,
make
chip.
unique sounds, and groups of letters that make the same sounds as individual letters. It just makes no sense. This word should definitely
True. There are so many times that I'm speaking English on stream and I'm like, this makes no sense.
be said as rugh. Why does the GH make an F sound in the word rough? And why on earth
Rough.
does the O make an
Tough.
I sound in the word women? And if you combine all the spelling quirks, you could theoretically write the word potato like.
Do you pronounce it as potato?
And English words are screwed up too. This language has the most batshit dictionary I've ever seen. And that's because English is a mutt, as 80% of its vocab are loan words from other languages. That's insane! What even is English? It's just a bunch of other languages. It's not real.
English is not original.
Is technically a Germanic language, but I think it should
I just like Dutch.
be called a Romance language,
Romance.
as 29% of the words come from Latin, and another 29% of the words come from
Oh,
French, which
those are
also
stats.
came from Latin. I'm a Latino. Another 26% of the words do have Germanic roots, and all of these words sound super strong and masculine.
Now that I think about it, I saw like last week a video. Okay, so it was this video from Simon Roper. You should really check it out. It's really, really interesting. But yeah, he's like reading like the transition from Old English to modern American English, like the title says. And it's like super, super interesting to hear because like in the early stages, you could hear that it sounds like German/Dutch. Like even I, like he said, like it's confused that it's called Germanic. Wow, it has a lot of Latin words, but like when I heard this, I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Je kem geboren. Je caldo, skepo, suino, alpeco.
Like, isn't that really interesting? Like the first thing that he says is I am a farmer and I was like, oh, that sounds really Dutch because in Dutch you say ik ben een boer.
Je kem geboren.
Ik heb geboren or like how they pronounce it. But yeah, I just found it really interesting, okay, and I wanted to share it because I had no one to share it with.
Especially when compared to the soft and feminine nature of the Latin words. The word book sounds so aggressive and powerful, while the word novel sounds so wimpy.
Novel sounds so fancy, so elegant.
You could ask ask a question like a Chad, or you could inquire about something like a beta male. And then all of the useless and irrelevant words like democracy and anatomy come from Greek, while all of the useful and relevant words like loot, thug, bandana, and mogul come from Urdu. But there are still some words that are pure and unique to English, mainly the slang. Slang originating from English that is used so frequently throughout the world is often taken for granted. Like, could you imagine speaking any language without using words like riz, skibbity, fantax, susp?
No, what is life without those words? Literally, 95% of my day, 95% of like the conversations that I have, they consist of these words. I don't know what I would do without these words, man.
Bussin' and cap? And English acronyms are some of the most iconic things in the observable universe. How beautiful are acronyms like IDK, BRB, BBW, TTYL, and
WTF,
FYI? And
WTF.
everyone knows what LOL is. I've seen people use it and even say lol out loud, both in French and Russian.
Also here in Netherlands, some people say lol out loud. I say lol out loud.
But they don't sound like native English speakers when they say it out loud because this language is pretty impossible to pronounce correctly. There are a few sounds that foreigners struggle to make, one of them being the TH sound, like in the word thick. And
Yes.
words with TH
The TH sound. Ah, yes, I've trauma from that. During my English classes, my teacher would always single me out and she would be like, "You're pronouncing that wrong, Cypress. Do it again. Thoroughly." Jesus, I'm even struggling right now to pronounce that. Very sad times. And I still can't do it. Thoroughly. Jesus, what the fuck?
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly. Gee, okay, I hate that word.
are exceptionally hard. An English learner's worst nightmare is to be chained to the wall in my garage and only released when they can properly distinguish between and pronounce the words tough, thought, though, through, and
the
thorough.
problem that I also have is like with the flash and flash. Anyway, like the way that vowel sometimes gets pronounced, I get confused about it and I don't really hear how I'm supposed to do it differently.
Then there's the dreaded R sound, which the Brits and Australians couldn't pronounce if their lives depended on it. Let's see if you can pronounce it. Look at this little guy. Isn't he
Squirrel.
cute? Say his name.
Squirrel.
No, that's not it. Just say it. It's
Squirrel.
a squirrel. It's a squirrel, god. And what is this?
I just said it! You don't have to scream at me!
It's a squirrel, god.
Squirrel.
And what is this? Say it.
Barn.
Say it. Don't spray it. There's
barn.
no TH in it. It's rural. It's rural. How are
Is that a barn? Rural. But you're pointing at the barn.
And so many words are spelled completely differently to how they're pronounced. So
Colonel, cupboard, catsup? What the fuck is catsup?
words like kernel,
Oh, Colonel. Oh yeah, I knew it was pronounced like that.
cupboard, and
Oh yeah,
ketchup.
cupboard.
And ketchup.
That ain't ketchup. Or is it?
English grammar is not actually all that bad. The words all identify as non-binary, which means that there are no cringe, unnecessary grammatical genders. The only
Oh, thank
articles you
God.
gotta know are the and and sometimes an if the word after it starts with a vowel sound. There are also no grammatical cases, so words stay the same, unless you're pluralizing them, in which case you'll either add an S or an ES. Except for a few stupid words like fish. Fish is the same for both singular and plural, and I hate it. The plural should be
Fishes.
fishs. The subject pronouns
But
are
that
pretty
doesn't
straight.
sound right. Fishes.
Forward, there's I, we, you, he, she.
Although I'm saying that, but like fishes is like a word in Dutch, so that actually does make sense. But in English, it's weird, okay?
It, they singular, and they plural. And thankfully, there's no informal formal distinction as there are in similar languages. Thou used to be the informal version of you that you'd use with your friends,
miss
and
thou.
you used to be the
I wish we still use thou.
formal version you'd use with your wife's boyfriend's dad. But we got rid of thou, so nowadays you can address everyone you come across with the pronoun you. The real fun comes when you're addressing multiple people. You could just say you or you all, but there are several cooler variations like y'all, yous, and in my home state of Pennsylvania,
Yous?
yins. The real
Yins?
grammatical nightmare for English learners
really
are the
interesting.
phrasal verbs. Us natives never even think about how little sense these make. They're the verbs made up of multiple words that we use all the time, like bring in, give in, and take out. The following is a perfectly normal way to speak English, but I can't imagine a non-native understanding it. Sorry to butt in, but you're screwing up. Don't scarf down your food, you'll throw up. I'm cracking down on you, bro. You need to squirrel it away. I'm sizing you up, man.
You need to
man
scroll
up
it
and beef
away.
up.
Wait,
Don't
sorry,
chicken-
what are you saying?
Sorry to butt in, but you're screwing up. Don't scarf down your food, you'll throw up. I'm cracking down on you, bro. You need to squirrel it away. I'm sizing you up, man. You need to man up and beef up. Don't chicken out, clam up, or flip out.
I feel like, does this mean I am officially like an American now or something? Because I actually understood that.
Conjugations of normal verbs aren't too bad, though. Everything's basically the same, except you add an S or ES to the end of the he, she, and it conjugations. The tenses, though, can get a little kooky. We use a lot of auxiliary verbs in our conjugations, mainly will, have, and do. I will survive, I have survived, I do survive. But the kooky part comes in when you have to combine these auxiliary verbs. I have survived, or I will done been, had been done survived.
What is this sentence? I will done been had been done surviving. Oh, you said it so funny too.
I've survived, or I will done been, had been done surviving. The verbs themselves never really change much. But tragically, there are about 200 irregular verbs in English, but most of them are really common, so you'll learn them fast, like to do, to go, and to breed. Now it's time to talk about shock factor. How will native English speakers react to you speaking their language as a foreigner? The truth is, it really depends on who you're speaking to. If you speak English to an American, they're not going to be surprised at all. Americans don't know how much effort it takes to learn a language, so they won't care. They expect everyone to speak English already. Natives from Australia as well.
I obviously that's not what everyone thinks, but it definitely looks like that's what the people on the internet think.
As the empty void off the coast of Australia will be pleased with your efforts, but they still won't react much. English has the smallest shock factor out of any language in the solar system.
That makes sense.
If you learn Chinese people will do triple backflips. If you learn Spanish, Brazilians will cook you tacos. Heck, even if you learn
I'm gonna learn to speak Spanish.
Germans will at least appreciate you. But no, you're expected to speak English in 2024, which is sad.
That is kind of sad.
Imagine
Yes.
how beautiful the world would be if the British Empire had never happened. There's so much linguistic beauty out there in the world.
Yeah, but then some other language would have been the world language anyway, so like it still would have happened, and then we would have the same video, but about another language.
But English, unfortunately, alpha-mogs all the competition. And as a native English speaker, that makes my life really easy.
Yeah, I was about to say, why do you look sad? There's no negative for you.
Can you imagine? Now it's time to give English an official language sim certified rating on the Sim scale.
You're gonna give it Giga Chad. I know it, you're gonna give it Giga Chad.
On a scale of dog water to Giga Chad, I place
Or you're gonna give it like a rank that doesn't even exist on the chart.
English tragically in the dog water tier. English is beautiful, and every
I'm shocked.
English-speaking country is really cool and unique, minus England. But I really hate the fact that English has a monopoly on the language learning market. Everyone is forced to invest in English, so it's hard to diversify your portfolio with other languages. And that just really ruins the appeal for me. I think the world would be a much
Netherlands.
better place if English were a dead language like Dutch.
Did he say dead language? Dead language! A language which is no longer in everyday spoken use, such as Latin. Motherfucker! Then what the fuck am I speaking? A dead language? To who? Dead people? How dare you! Take it back!
Yeah, it will help you find a job and live a better life, but we don't learn languages for self-improvement. We learn languages to shock natives, record them without their permission, and post it to YouTube. So if I wasn't a native speaker, I'd choose to be a Sigma male, and I'd refuse to ever even study English. If you enjoyed this video, consider supporting me on Patreon, where I make language learning tips and tricks videos, and give me a follow on Instagram and Twitter. Let me know which language I should review next in the comments, and Godspeed.
Hi! If you liked the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!